Welcome to Boy Time Podcast. We're gonna get litty time, yeah. Oh, it's your Boy Time Podcast. Coming in with the slam dunk of a theme song.
Hi ho ho, it's me, Barry Jenkins, back at it again with a new episode of the Boy Time Podcast, and as always, I'm joined by Just Babby.
It's not smooth.
Yeah, I know. You know, usually I like to come on here, have a nice time with everybody, but I actually have some beef with the audience. Now, we issued a proposition, a challenge maybe, some have said, for people who listen to the podcast to guess what we're going to be reacting to next. And, you know, I was hoping that, you know, someone would get it so then they would get sent the free copy of The Best of Bread on vinyl that was going to be signed. But nobody even guessed. So
Darn.
y'all
Guess
are
I'm keeping
slacking. Yeah, it's sealed. And you guys are, you know what? I'll give you guys, well, actually, no. I can't give them another week because we're going to be releasing that video later today. And then they're going to know. So that would be cheating.
Okay. Well, you lost.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh well.
If you guys guessed Corey Feldman, the Angelic to the Core, then you would have gotten a free copy of Best of Bread for some reason. But alas, not one comment. I don't remember why I remembered specifically to check the comments before recording this podcast, but something struck me where it's like I think we had a thing. So I guess thing avoided because didn't end up needing it. But you know, aside from that main beef I have with the audience, we actually have a very short episode. Paul's dead again. So I don't know.
It just happens sometimes.
This just happens. So, you know, who knows if he's going to come back? He might not. So we'll see. So I guess there's the Paul update. But aside from that, I don't have a lot of stuff. I have two things.
Wow.
It's been very slow. Because people are still talking about Elden Ring. I still haven't beaten it.
I haven't even bought it yet. So.
Well, there you go. I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Yeah.
But I don't know when
Expect my completion by the end of this year.
Yeah. I'm not like playing it every day. Because it gets me very frustrated. So I've been playing like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. You know, maybe. But you know, that's fine. I don't even know if I'm close. I beat like one boss and I thought I was close, but then like I think I need to kill another big boss just to unlock the final boss, maybe? I don't know anything, but there's a big chunk of the map I still haven't been to, so I'll keep working on it and then keep you guys posted. But yeah, I don't have any other discussions or anything. I don't know. Have you seen the Batman? Can we do the spoiler discussion?
I have not yet. I was busy today, so might see it tomorrow. I don't know. It's like 3 hours out of my day, and I got stuff to do. I gotta edit and stuff. It's a lot.
It's a commitment to be sure.
Maybe next Saturday I'll put it on the calendar so we can talk about it.
And you're not going to be editing anything next weekend, so you can...
True.
You don't have an excuse, really.
Next Saturday, we will spoiler review of The Batman.
Epic.
Pending my watching of it.
I'm very excited. Just beware that they changed the Riddler's real name.
No way. I'm going to be so angry.
No, you're going to be angry. I knew you were going to be angry. But they changed it.
I'm so much of a purist when it comes to these things, you know.
I know. I don't remember what they changed it to, but his original name is Edward Nygma. And I think
Probably Tiddlywinks.
No, it was like Edward, and then they just changed it. I don't know if they changed it because the first part is close to the N word, but I have no idea. But I think originally it's supposed to be Edward Nigma, so it's like Enigma, like a yeah, it's like a thing. But I don't know why they changed it. Maybe I have no idea.
It's a weird name.
It is a weird name, but it's a classic. It's like a 50s, like, it's an enigma. You'll never find my secret trap. Stuff like that. That's how everybody in the 50s talked.
That's true.
So, yeah, I don't know. So don't be too angry. I know you're very angry when things are too woke for you.
Yep.
And I'm
a very pure man.
I don't even know why they changed it. If it was because of that or if it was for a different reason. I have no idea. But, that's the only spoiler I'll give. So, sorry for spoiling that. But I think it was talked about before the movie came out. So, I don't feel too bad. But aside from that, I don't have, no discussions. I only have one thing in gaming and one thing in show. And the thing in show isn't really going to pertain to us because we haven't seen it yet. But it's something I would like to see. So it's a little bit of a weird thing. But we'll actually start with that because I think we're going to have the least amount of conversation about it. But the hit HBO show True Detective is getting a 4th season. And it is getting Barry Jenkins set to direct. The name that I said in the beginning. For those who don't know who Barry Jenkins is, do you know who Barry Jenkins is?
No, but I love anybody with the name Barry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I know that's the main reason why you love Barry. Is because of the name. But Barry Jenkins, I would say he's probably one of the best directors out there right now. He directed Moonlight and If Beale Street Could Talk, and I believe he's in talks to do the live-action Lion King sequel. And, waste of talent. But they decided, we'll give him something good to do. So True Detective Season 4. I don't know a lot about True Detective. I know it's another one of those HBO shows that everyone talks about. The first season is lauded as one of the best seasons of television ever. And then season 2 is regarded as one of the worst seasons of television ever. So apparently you can just skip it and then go straight to season 3, which has Mahershala Ali as the main guy. And I love him. So maybe somewhere down the line we'll watch it, but we do have our hands full.
Not this year.
Yeah, not this year. We'll be talking about Atlanta next week.
Let's go.
It's pretty epic. I've been rewatching that, just the second season, and I forgot how much I love Darius.
Darius is so nice.
Darius is the best. And it's funny because they reference BoJack in it, and I never got the reference until now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's like, it's in like the second episode of the second season where like one of Paperboy's friends is like gets scam credit cards for the mall, and he's talking to Donald Glover, and it's just like one of the transitional scenes. It's just like you can tell they've been talking about it for like 10 minutes. And he's like, after what he did to her daughter, it's like, man, I don't know if I can feel bad for this horse anymore. And then like the actual scene starts.
It's so cool that it spoiled it for us, and we had literally zero idea.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even know like anything about BoJack when we saw that. So
that's why I love Donald Glover. He'll just throw like random little things in there. They pertain to nothing, but they're so clever.
Yeah. Yeah. I do love Atlanta. I'm loving it like more now because
I feel like it's a good rewatchable show.
it is. I don't really think you need to see him in order either.
No.
Well, you know, it's like, yeah, I get it. He's the manager for Paperboy, and then Darius is kind of funny. I got it. What kind of hilarity will ensue?
The Michael Jackson episode.
The Michael Jackson episode. Probably one of the funniest episodes of television
ever made.
I've ever seen.
I was totally not crying and shaking and quaking.
And screaming, frightened. But I don't know when that's coming back. Is that like the 22nd?
I want to say the 24th.
Okay. Atlanta season 3. You're correct. It is the 24th. That would make sense for a Thursday.
Yeah.
So it'll be back on
Next
Hulu on Friday. So then we'll have
Friday night Atlanta, boys.
That's right. So on Saturday, I don't know if it's
along.
Yeah, I think the first 2 episodes are coming. So that'll be 50 minutes ish. So perfect. But then it looks like it goes back to 1 a week after that. So
okay,
we'll get that figured out. But next week, Atlanta. That's pretty much it. Donald Glover has been tweeting about it, and by tweeting about it, I mean he's just been tweeting. Atlanta season 3 premieres in 2 weeks. Atlanta season 3 premieres in 1 week. Which I actually, I do prefer that to this is going to be the best show of all time. It's going to be better than The Sopranos. It's like, oh, I mean, you're kind of setting it up to fail then if you're like building it up that much. But I have been enjoying the trailers. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's been a while since he's been in the Atlanta seat. It's been like 5 or 6 years since they were making the second season. And then we got this one coming this spring, and then season 4 is coming out in the fall, and then the show's over. So it's like, what's next for Donald Glover? Probably the Lion King sequel. Him and Barry Jenkins. But I guess we can move on to my second and last topic, I think. Is that we had a new state of play, and you can tell that I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel because I'm reporting on a Harry Potter game. It is called Hogwarts Legacy. We already knew about it, but we got like an 18-minute gameplay overview, which I guess that's more than we have for God of War, and it's coming out around the same time. So I guess good job, J.K. Rowling. Even though I don't think she has anything to do with this project, hopefully. But, that's a discussion for another day. But, it looks pretty cool, actually. I watched the gameplay overview. I didn't watch it live because I didn't feel like I really needed to. But it looks like it's like you're going to Hogwarts. It's like the late 1800s. Which I don't remember when Harry Potter happened. I think that was in like the 80s or 90s. I think that's when that's set. Maybe earlier, I don't know. Nobody has a cell phone, so maybe it's like, the 60s. But so we're going back a little bit. It looks like no returning characters from Harry Potter. It's just like brand new people, which I guess is good. Except I think there's ghosts from Harry Potter because I guess they died a long time ago.
Spooky.
Very scary. But you get to go in. You basically just go to school, which I think is the best idea for a game.
Going to school in a video game.
I think the last game to do that was Bully. So I mean,
That's true. Bully is pretty good though.
I mean, this has the chops to maybe be a good go-to-school game, surprisingly. But it looks like, you can learn spells and, like, chain them to create some cool combos when it comes to, like, combat. Because I guess there's bad guys. Because, of course, there's bad guys. The Harry Potter books are more mysteries than... action slog fests. So, this is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be different, but it looks like you're just going to be going to school and then bad guys are going to be attacking people. And so then they trust a 15-year-old to fight them because,
As you do.
as you do, that does not set the pace because they definitely don't do that with Harry Potter. They're like, Harry, stop trying to solve all of the problems, even though we are bumbling and incompetent. And then he's like, did you know that you do this simple thing and then I solved the whole riddle? And they're like, Harry, you genius. We never should have doubted you, except we're going to doubt you next year. So that's Harry
It's
Potter.
fantastic writing.
It's great writing, really. But, back to the game, it looks pretty decent. You can get on your broomstick and fly around to like the different parts. Like you can go to the forest or like some parts of the actual city. Actually, looks pretty nice graphically. I was very impressed. I don't know if this is a PlayStation exclusive. It might be. But it's probably just going to be on the PS5, I would guess. Or at least what was captured was on a PS5, I suppose. But it was very nice. So I guess if you're a big Harry Potter fan, check out Hogwarts Legacy because it's coming out this holiday season. So,
Great.
yeah, I don't know. I spent a lot of time watching that, and I'm like, I'll report on it if nothing else happens, and then nothing else happened.
Yeah.
So I reported on a show that we haven't seen and a game that neither of us are probably going to play, at least at launch.
I have no affiliation to Harry Potter, so you can keep your Turf Wizard series.
I'm a tertiary fan. I watched and read all of them as a kid, I suppose. But I'm not like, I don't know what house I'm in.
Yeah, what house do you belong to?
I don't care about that. Like they're passable, like children stories, and I mean they're pretty good. They're pretty good at what they are, but I'm not gonna base my whole life around them. So I might check it out a little bit later when it goes on sale or something. But yeah, God of War is going to be coming out this holiday. I'm not going to be playing Harry Potter instead of that. So that's it. That's all I have. It's the shortest podcast in the world.
That's crazy.
I know.
Unless you make it 2 hours long.
That's right. You got to stuff
kidding.
it.
My segments are like 20 minutes because they just fly through stuff.
Okay. Well, then really elaborate on things.
I don't know if I can right now. It's like 11 p.m.
Oh.
It's a late podcast.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay. Let's start with the weirdness of the two singles I have this week.
Okay.
There's a new Tom York single.
Oh, okay.
And a new The Smile single, which makes no sense because The Smile is your band. Why are you releasing a solo song? But I believe the song is for Peaky Blinders.
Oh, the last season of that show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's why that is a thing. I didn't know Johnny Greenwood did the score for that show, but that's why it exists, I guess. Oh. It's like, hey, Tommy boy, come in and do a little song, little jig for us, bro. He's like, oh. And then he just does his piano and goes for like 5 minutes, which that's good stuff for Tom York,
Yeah.
Tom York songs are very easy for me to enjoy because his piano playing is like some of my favorite piano playing out of like anybody. He's a master with it, and then he just does his weird falsetto moaning thing for 4 minutes, and it's just perfecto.
Yeah.
But pretty good, very ambient, which I guess makes sense for a score-ish type thing, like for a TV show.
Yeah.
The single art has another song listed on it, so I'm guessing there's going to be another song for the show coming out eventually.
Probably.
This one's 517, and then like there's a slash, and then That's How Horses Are. So I'm guessing that's the other single that's going to come eventually.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know why they're doing it separately, but it might be as the episodes air.
I have no idea. I don't know when Peaky Blinders is coming out.
I don't know.
Season 6.
I would think relatively soon, but
Oh, it's coming out right now.
okay.
Yeah. So
Maybe it's just doing it as it's airing then.
Maybe.
But that was pretty good. But the Smile song I think is a lot better. Skirting on the surface, skirt. This might be their best one so far. Although I did find out that this is an old Radiohead song from like 15 years ago that they never released.
On Pablo Honey?
Which is in Radiohead fashion. They even a Moonshaped Pool was like half stuff that they've been working on for 20 years and never released, and then just like, let's just redo it and make it fit the album. And then Moonshaped Pool is a literal masterpiece. But yeah, this is very, very good. Now we've had like a very hard like grunge rock song to like a very slowish song to like this one where it's more a little bit more post rocky, a little bit more like slow build. But I think this one works the best for what they're doing. They have to release this album soon, I would think.
Like probably.
You got 3 singles out. I mean, I think this is the time. I don't know if you want to go into 4 singles because I think the album has like 8 or 9 songs. I think.
Oh.
So your time's ticking. I know some people are angry at this rollout because they're not really saying anything. They're just kind of dropping singles randomly and not elaborating on them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really mind it because I kind of know how that's kind of how they do, especially when they're not like committed to the Radiohead banner. They could literally like not do any of the weird marketing stuff.
That's true.
And this is the label on Spotify says Self-Help Tapes LLP. So whatever kind of weird thing they made up separate for this. So they're not committed to anything, I don't think. But
yeah, well, I don't know.
I'll be interested to hear the rest of it. I feel like most of the songs are available to listen to from like their live performances, but I don't like doing that. Because I don't like setting expectations if I like a live version better than a studio version.
Yeah.
Which happens a lot with Radiohead. And even Black Country New Road. A lot of people was like, well, Basketball Shoes isn't as good. But whatever. I wait for the music to get official releases usually.
Yeah.
Unless I'm that desperate, but I'm not. What else we got? Charlie, new album out now.
Oh,
Crash.
It's out?
It's out.
Is it the best
right
album ever?
It is very good. I was a little concerned from the singles, not because they were anything bad, but it didn't seem like the Charlie that I've got introduced to. So I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. And the singles are probably the lowest songs for me. So the rest of the album picked everything up.
Okay.
But it's very short, 33 minutes, but it does its job very well. This is now the third 80s pop revival record that I'm reviewing this year, and it is March. We've had The Weeknd, we've had Mitski, and we've had Charlie. Although this one isn't as 80s as the other two. But she's basically taking pop motifs from the past 40 years or so and like kind of sprinkling them in different areas. Which works very well. I think to be able to make a mainstream pop song that sounds like it's from the early 2010s and make it sound good is an accomplishment. Because early 2010s pop got very plastic very fast.
Yes.
So to be able to recapture that spark when it first initially started and make a good song about it in 2022, that's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very catchy, not too inventive, but very, very good like mainstream pop record. And she can float between hyperpop and mainstream pop with ease. It's kind of nuts how good she can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everything here is really, really great. Lightning's insane. Got some vocoder effects, pitch shifting effects going on. Every song is super catchy. But yeah, there's a lot of variation here. I don't think there's anything wrong with her not going super risky or anything here. I think it works very well for her to like, I want to do this instead of like a hyperpop album for the third in a row.
Yeah.
And kind of recapture that mainstream spotlight a little bit because I could see any of these songs being on the radio and just really getting a lot of play. Because they're super catchy and the production's great. So I don't know if I like it more than how I'm feeling now. Probably not at this moment, but just because I don't know. When you got like Pink Diamond and like Detonate and stuff, like that stuff's great. But that's just personal preference, probably.
Yeah.
Because this stuff's pretty good too. It's a lot more accessible. This you can put on and be like, this is nice, and you can play it around other people, and not have like Pink Diamond where it's like crunchy, distorted bass like blasting through the speakers.
That's true.
But very good job. I'll rate her number 2 in the '80s revival category this year. I think
Better
Weeknd
than
still got
Mitski?
it, but I would say it's better than Mitski. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Although Mitski is still pretty good. I'm just feeling there's a lot of great energy on this record. It's very fun. Just bopping out. I need some bop music. My playlist is looking like not bop worthy right now, so this is a good collection to it.
Okay. Well,
What else? There's a new Rosalie album out. I listened to half of it today. Didn't get to listen to the other half. But the half I've heard is very interesting. This is my first kind of dive into Rosalia. She, it's a Latin like album, so I can't understand anything she's saying because it's in Spanish. But her vocals are very, very good. She's doing some very interesting production things. There's like straight ballads, but then there's also like Latin hyper pop industrial bangers. And it's very cool to see the switches between those. You got The Weeknd as a feature speaking Spanish for his part, which is really weird. I was not expecting him to come in and actually speak Spanish for his part, but kind of cool.
Yeah.
I do need to finish it, but I got halfway through. It's very interesting. I need to grow with it a little bit. It's a little bit of a shock when you're like getting into a genre like this, because it's like, whoa, never heard really anything like this. And I can't understand lyrics, so I gotta like go through it without that.
Yeah.
But out of the half I've heard, this is weird, but Hentai is my favorite song. So
there is a song called Hentai.
yeah, that's my favorite one. It's so good. The one with The Weeknd's cool. Candy's pretty cool. And then that G3, I think that's just Genius spelled weird. That one's awesome. It's a freaking like church organ, like choir led ballad. It's very cool. But I gotta hit the second part of this record before I can really speak on the whole thing.
Yeah.
But dove into it, pretty cool. I listened to an album this week. I hope it wasn't on our wheel. If it is, I'm still down to react to it because it's really good. But
wow,
Japanese Breakfast Jubilee from last year.
That is on the wheel.
Okay,
how dare you?
Fine. Sorry, I needed a taste. I've been waiting to listen to this record since like a year from now or a year ago. I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting. But I gave it a listen just while working in the background, and it is very, very good. I won't dig too much into it just because, like, you know, we will be reacting to it eventually, probably.
Full stop.
Yeah.
Japanese Breakfast is not on here. I was thinking of Rina Sawayama.
Oh, okay. Yes. Never mind then. I will continue to dig into this record.
Dig into
it's really good. I recommend you listen to it too. It's very good.
Oh, okay, fine. I will.
Or at least Paprika, the opener, because that song's really great.
I liked her song for Sable.
Yeah, she did do that, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
It's a good song.
Oh, she did the whole freaking 32 tracks of the soundtrack.
Yeah. I like whatever the main song that they play on the main menu is very good.
Yeah.
That's
interesting.
It's a good soundtrack, yeah.
Epic. Yeah, but this one's very good. Love it. There's a lot of different styles going on, from indie folk, indie rock, indie pop, all that kind of good stuff. I feel like it was a cleanser.
Okay.
I listened to a different album before this, and then I was like, okay, I need something different.
Was it a bad album?
It wasn't a bad album. It was getting thrown into the deep end of something that you weren't supposed to dig into yet, I think. That album is Swans to Be Kind. I'm doing my post-rock deep dive.
Okay. Yeah.
I chose the wrong Swans album, I think.
Why, you don't like Crying Babies?
I came in a child and left a scarred man. So I think I chose the wrong record to start with.
Do we have swans on our?
I don't think we do.
No, we don't.
Because like every record's like 2 hours long.
Yes, I think we talked about this last time. Yeah.
But I wasn't sure which one to start with. I was like, let's do To Be Kind, just because I recognize the album cover. I recognize a lot of these, but I'm like, okay, this one's speaking to me today. And I was wrong. Post-rock so far, I've been very into from like the atmosphere side. The Black Country Road side has a very melancholy feel to it because there's vocals that are very, like, there's actual vocals and everything's warm and like pleasant. And then I did Godspeed, and Godspeed's like in a post-apocalyptic like wasteland, but it's also a little bit calming. It's not too intense, despite it being like obviously like super apocalyptic in the atmosphere, which can like, if you ever listen to that album when it like nothing else is happening, it's kind of terrifying. But if you have it out in the background, like it's nice because you'll get those swells and crescendos and stuff that they're really good at. This album takes you, grabs you in, and shoves you underwater for like 2 hours. It's distorted. It's like it's demon music. It's scary. It's terrifying. And like I'm trying to get work done and working in an office environment, and this is like very demented, like anxiety-inducing music is playing, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this for 2 hours.
Put on some Japanese breakfast.
Yeah, I'm like, let me get some Japanese breakfast, and then it fixed it. But I don't know what to think of it yet. I think I'm gonna do soundtracks for the blind. I think I'm gonna try that first.
Okay.
Before I really like give To Be Kind like the real listen it kind of needs. The Seer is also their other one that like a lot of people talk about, but that album cover looks very scary.
It's a scary cat.
And if the one with the baby sounds this horrifying, I don't know what the other ones are gonna sound like.
True.
But screenshot goes into like just a little boy, and it's just this very drawn out, like very, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it. It's very like demented. And then there's a 34-minute song on the first disc.
What the frick?
It felt like it went on for an hour. And the vocals, like Black Country's vocals are very, very nice and pleasant to listen to. These are not pleasant to listen to.
Oh.
They're like very guttural. It's like, and the repetition in the vocals goes on for 5 to 10 minutes at a time. It's the same line for 10 minutes straight. So it's very, very strenuous to listen to. But for now, Godspeed and Black Country are my top of the top for this genre. I need Swans to have some time with him. I need time for these because like they are a lot. I don't know. There's a time and place for this kind of stuff, and I'm not in that time or that place. But we'll see what I do next week. I might do Slint Spiderland just because that is a little bit shorter on the shorts. Like it's on the short side. It's very similar to Black Country's first album. I might try that, but
okay.
I don't know. Whatever, I need to figure out like what Swans album to really start with. Because there's a lot of albums I recognize here, but I don't know which is a good like entry point. But yeah, the genre is interesting.
Sounds like it. I do not envy you going through it though.
You would die if you had to do any of these. It'd just be the most boring thing for you.
The 35-minute song, that's just an instant turnoff. You're like, oh.
Yeah, it's 37 minutes and it's not a pleasant song to listen to.
Oh, good. Yeah, that sounds
It's
awesome.
it's like the feeling of a horror movie when you know there's a jump scare coming. Like those moments building up to it, but the jump scare never comes. It's that.
Oh.
Except it's drawn out to like 37 minutes.
That's awesome.
It's just the edge of anxiety for that long.
Why would anyone want to listen to that voluntarily?
I mean, it's really inventive and cool. It's just like, it's strenuous.
Yeah.
Especially after like Godspeed, where you can take it so many different ways. I mean, that album feels like literally like standing in a town after it's gotten like nuked. And it's just like dead air and like a wasteland. That's what that album sounds like. But it's not horrible like all the time. It's very pleasant and like reflective. It's an undescribable album.
Yes.
I think the more I looked at reviews for it, more people couldn't put into words what they're even hearing. It's more of like a magical experience, but not this one. This one's scary. But next week I'll probably do Slint. I'll report back for that one.
Okay.
Then Swans I'll dig in. I'll see if I can research some stuff and be like, where do I start with these guys?
Yeah. Sounds like you need to do a little bit more research.
Give some background. Yeah.
Do your own research.
Do your own research.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, Anthony gave this album a 10. It's got to be good.
He gave it a 10?
I was just not ready. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is that it?
I do have announcements, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Denzel Curry's dropping next week, the whole album.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was coming soon, didn't know it was coming now, but I am super excited.
Yeah.
So Melt My Eyes coming next week. Looking at the producer list and everything, this is going to be insane.
Who's he got on it?
So we got Robert Glasper for the intro. Amazing. We got Peggy producing on a song called John Wayne.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Troubles featuring T-Pain, produced by Kenny Beats.
Oh. Like T-Pain.
Ain't No Way featuring Black, Rico Nasty, Jid, and Josiah.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Smell of Death featuring or produced by Thundercat.
Okay. Like Thundercat.
Yeah. This is gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
God, I'm excited for this. I'm glad that he's getting these people to do production. I think he can carry a song by himself, but I don't know how the song featuring Black, Rico Nasty, and Jid's gonna sound. That's gonna be crazy.
That's a lot.
It is, but the two singles I've heard, Walking is amazing, and Zatauchi is pretty cool with Slow Tie. It's a very cool drum and bass one, but Walking is probably my favorite out of the two. I'm glad he's dropping without releasing more singles. I like hearing a majority of projects, especially one that sounds as conceptual as this.
I agree.
But he's really going for that futuristic space cowboy Star Wars Dune aesthetic. I'm here for it.
Yeah, it looks like it's almost like Cowboy Bebop. That's what I'm kind of getting from the album covers. Very cool.
I expect great things. Denzel never lets down on album releases, so we'll be talking about that next week. And everybody's favorite rapper, Chance the Rapper, is coming back next week.
Yo!
With what we assume is a new album. He hasn't confirmed it yet, but I'm assuming it's a new album.
Oh, snap.
So, we will see. You literally can't go farther down than you are right now.
That's true.
I think this album, at the same time, though, there are stakes to this, because if you flop again, you will never recover.
True.
The amount of a hit that his career took with The Big Day, he went from being considered one of the best of the generation to nobody talking about him at all from one album release, because that album was so bad.
Well, they do talk about him, but maybe
Just
not
in
in
a
a
good
way.
way.
Yeah.
No. No.
Oof.
I mean, some people were on Coloring Book. Some people really liked it. Some people weren't crazy about it. I really liked Coloring Book. But as soon as The Big Day came out, it's just, he was immediately like ridiculed and like shunned for years. So if you don't have enough hunger and like things to say to make a good album, then you're out of the conversation for a long time, I think.
Yeah.
So I hope he does well. The one or two freestyles, or I don't even know if they're singles. I think they were just like freestyles on YouTube that I've heard. Sounded pretty good. We'll see what comes in album form, because that's not always a good, contender of what we're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. Instagram announcement of this was like really Hallmark movie-esque, but he's always kind of had that really like cheesy aesthetic to him.
He's a little corny.
He's a little corny.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. He's one of those guys that's like you're corny, but I like it. It's wholesome. I like it. Yeah. Unless you make The Big Day, and The Big Day, it wasn't wholesome. It was I want to rip my ears out.
Cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we will see. We will see. I'm crossing my fingers for some good Chance the Rapper music. If he can even recover from this, I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
We will see. It's got to be better than the big day. There's no way it's not. So.
Well, I hope so.
It has to be.
I don't know. Wow, I was that really kind of got me excited. Like,
Yes.
oh, yo,
Yo.
I hope it's another big day.
God, that would be so bad. Imagine like you're like hyping up this comeback, like you did this really like intense Instagram live announcement where you're like jotting down notes in your notebook and you're flipping through like song lyrics and stuff, and you're on the couch looking super serious, and then it's just big day 2. It's just awful.
He has so much to prove right now.
He really does.
Like,
And I know he can do it too. It's just, will he be able to? It feels like acid rap was almost a decade ago, but
yeah.
it feels so long ago since we've had that. So I'm excited. I'm worried, but I'm more excited than worried.
Okay.
If anything, Denzel's got me because Denzel's gonna be good no matter what.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Yeah, that was definitely a surprise. I'm like, yo. I was like way too excited to see that.
I'm excited. I probably won't listen to it. I'll probably just wait until...
You haven't heard good Chance the Rapper music yet, have you?
No, I've only heard Ballin' Flossin' and
Oh,
Hot
geez.
Shower.
We got to get this man on acid rap.
I think it's on someone's list.
I think it's on Bab Jab's.
It might be on Bab Jab's.
You'll have to do that though, because I really want to revisit that album because that's like pure nostalgia. I was listening to that when I was like 15.
I mean, I'm down to try it out. I just know him from the big day, so
Yeah, no, this is a completely different person.
yeah.
God, this album is stacked now that I'm looking at the track list.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, this is such a good album. Okay.
22 tracks. Yeah, he got Death Cab for Cutie on it. It's crazy.
Oh, jeez. I go through Chance discography and I have most songs in Coloring Book liked. I have every song in acid rap liked, and then I go to the big day and 0 liked.
Well, I would hope so. I know Bab Jab's a big fan of Ballin' Flossin', but
True. It's Way Too Sexy. Way Too Sexy, in my opinion, is one of Drake's best songs in the past couple
that's
years.
crazy.
Because it's so bad that it's good, and I like it. He made a song so obnoxious and bad that it just goes hard.
I disagree with both y'all. Ballin' Flossin' and Way Too Sexy.
Ballin' Flossin' is awful.
Oh, man. Well, I've been listening to things.
Oh?
Yeah. I checked out Father John Misty's record Fear Fun in anticipation of his new album coming out in a couple weeks. Chloe in the Next 20th Century. Coming out on April 8th.
It's freaking 50s album.
Yeah. He's released 3 singles for it. Funny Girl was the first one. Very... like, I want to say like a 50s musical where it's like Singing in the Rain. It's like a slow ballad about a girl, which having listened to, it is funny. It is funny, especially after Fear Fun. And I've listened to about half of Pure Comedy and then it makes me too sad.
Yeah, Pure Comedy is a freaking gut punch.
Yeah, I just got it on vinyl. Because I listened to the first half and I'm like, this is pretty good, but you know, it was like $20. So I was like, you know what, I should just get it, listen to about half of it, and then side B is pretty much one song. It's the 13-minute track, and it is rough, but you know, you compare that with Funny Girl, and it's like a complete 180. Q4, which is the next one, is a little bit more up his alley. It's like a little bit of a diss to like the big businessman, who like say they're, you know, they try to be like with the people, but really they're just looking at the margins and what's going to be successful. Which, you know, that goes a little bit more with his social commentary stuff that is present throughout both of the records I've heard. And then Goodbye, Mr. Blue. This came out like, I'm pretty sure this might have came out this
Is that
week.
the country one?
This is the country one. And honestly, I heard it once and I'm like, that's pretty good, but then I haven't listened to it again. So
right.
it's all right. So I'm, starting to get into his stuff. I think Fear Fun actually pretty G-dang good. And it's not too devastating like pure comedy. This one's a little bit more, I don't want to say it's uplifting because there is a lot of like social stuff in it. I think that's kind of like his thing as I'm starting to get into him a little bit. It's a lot of that.
He is a doomer to
He's
the
a doomer. He's a doomer.
definition of doomer.
But there's some fun stuff on Fear Fun. Like I'm writing a novel. That one is pretty much just like an acid trip put to lyrics. Not too much sad about that. But I put that on my list. I think I may have put it in semi yikes just because I needed something to put there. And I didn't really know if you would like it. You probably would, but I guess we'll see. So I think we are going to do a reaction to the new album.
Yeah, we'll do that one. Freaking April 8th.
April 8th. So, we'll probably record that on Friday. Because I think, are we done recording on Thursday at 11 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. Because I think we got too tired.
Unless it's Kendrick.
Yeah, if it's Kendrick, we can do that. But that's what I've been getting into. Is Father John Misty.
Epic.
Yeah,
he's an ultra doomer.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like I don't want to listen to you right now. You're the most negative Nancy ever created.
That's true.
But he makes very nice songs. So
yeah. It looks like the next album is only 11 tracks, so hopefully it's not going to be too
good
long.
40-minute runtime, probably.
Hopefully, sometimes he balls out and makes some long tracks, but I don't know. I don't know if that's what's going to be the case. I'm not really getting a single like sonic palette for what he's going here. It's kind of all over the place.
Just the old school. That's the only freaking thread that's being pulled through here.
Yeah.
You do like a 50s show tune song and then just make a John Denver song. Like, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I have no idea. I saw he's coming to Iowa. He's headlining the 8035 festival. So when I got the record, the worker was like, "Are you going to go to this festival?" Like, I'm just getting into them. I'm not going to spend $95 on a ticket.
Why not?
Because I didn't know anyone else that was going.
Yeah.
It's just him. And
Go
I think
to concerts by yourself.
Oh, who else is someone else was headlining that was pretty big. Was it? I think it's Phoebe Bridgers actually.
Yeah, it's Phoebe and Lucy's gonna be there too.
Yeah. So I mean, I would know somebody. Oh, and Japanese
I've already
Breakfast.
seen Phoebe. Oh yeah, she'd be
Charlie.
Oh, really?
It's actually yeah.
Oh, this is a different festival. Then.
Oh,
I was thinking another one.
You might be. Is it Hinterland?
I think of Hinterland.
Yeah, Hinterland is the one that.
Phoebe's in Iowa twice.
Phoebe's not in 8035. I was also thinking of Hinterland. Yeah, it's Japanese Breakfast headlining the other day. So. Yep. Sorry. I don't know. I'm not gonna go see it. So I guess that's it. My music deep dive is on one guy, and I'm just listening to the one record right now because I don't want to be too.
And I'm
sad.
emotionally torturing myself week after week to give like 15 reviews.
That's awesome.
And barely getting through albums that are like torturing me. This is the first week I've had like 2 unfinished albums.
That's true.
It's like Rosalia didn't finish yet just because like I first heard it today and I was doing things so I couldn't listen to it all.
Yeah.
And then Swans because it was emotionally crippling me.
Oh, you didn't even finish it?
No.
Wow.
I was tapped out. I'm like, geez, if this is only the first like disc of the record, I don't know what's in the second half, but
Well, you got...
I'll at least listen to it when I'm not in an office environment.
Sure. Well...
Because I have social anxiety anyways, so anything that heightens that further, I don't need.
Yeah, don't play Swans on top of that.
Yeah.
And
there's always that weird thing where it's like, do people hear what I'm listening to?
Oh, I get that all the time.
Yeah. I'm like, man, if they heard what I was listening to right now, I'd be terrified. I was terrified.
Yeah. I just have that happen because I'm deaf. And so, like, I've actually had people be like, I can hear what you're hearing through your earbuds. You need to turn it down. You're destroying your ears. I was like, I can't hear anything.
My ears are already destroyed, brother.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, I don't know. Is that podcast? Is that it?
That's podcast. I'm sure I'll think of another album announcement that happened like as soon as we stop recording. But
Jay-Z
I already
is
talked about
dropping
Chance the
something
Rapper,
new.
so that was the biggest one.
You don't know. I think Dr. Dre is making an album.
There were rumors of that happening.
Yeah, because it's true.
Because it was the Super Bowl and then nothing happened.
You just wait, okay? These songs that he made for Grand Theft Auto, he's going to turn that into an album.
Yes, dude.
And it's going to have...
It's actually going to release when GTA 6 releases.
Oh.
It's going to be a combo.
Yeah, I could see that. Just because that will be coming out next year. You heard it here first.
Yep. March 17th, 2023.
That's not... You're usually on point with your predictions. That one's definitely not coming true. But, someone's going to clip it. And it's going to be...
Yeah, don't clip that one. Clip every other prediction I have with dates. Because I'm like right 80% of the time.
I'm not. I predicted Kendrick was going to announce something in February. And then that didn't happen. And now it's almost April.
Hey, we're getting something by June. So.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's going to come out on April 1st. Because everyone that thinks that something is going to happen is a clown.
Ooh, I like that.
And actually, that is a Friday.
That's true. Nobody released your album on April Fools.
Except Chance. Chance can do it.
Yeah.
He's the only one that can pull
a couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's just 1 week. Is it coming out on the 25th?
That's true.
Yeah.
Frick, it's already April already. Frick. Okay.
I know. Crazy
we gotta
stuff.
freaking record an April Fool's video next week.
I know. Wait, it's gonna be next week?
Oh my god.
Frick, we didn't announce that we were doing Corey Feldman. Oh wait. No. We're still gonna do Corey Feldman.
Yeah. We're doing Corey Feldman. That'll be out before the April Fool's video.
Right. Because
we will come out on April 1st.
Yes. Yeah, we aren't listening to something on April Fool's. That's a different thing. That's correct. That is not.
You'll never guess what we're doing.
We are doing
secret.
We are joining the troopers and invading Area 51.
Ooh. That could be fun.
Yeah. I think it's time. We're going to do it again. It's been...
For real this time.
Yeah. September 20th, 2019 was the original date, and nobody did it. But this time we're actually going to do it.
Now we're really doing it.
That's right. So join us.
I'm not taking no for an answer.
That's right. Get your plane tickets. Come out and join us. We're going to Arizona or Nevada. I don't know where Area 51 is.
Nevada.
Okay. Well, I'm actually going to go book my ticket right now.
Okay.
I'm done recording a podcast. So you can probably hit stop whenever you're ready.
Or check out our other episodes.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
Shameless plug.
Of course. Check out our video on Nick Drake. It's coming out right now. In a couple hours. And stop.